How do you solve a problem like Boris Johnson? A man of innumerable talents, wit, a keen intelligence, charm, and a stubborn ability to bounce back. But can he bounce back from this one? Well, in my view, it's possible, but he's got his work cut out. But so did Liverpool at half-time in 2005 against AC Milan. Summarily dropped by the Scottish Tories, who won't even let the PM speak at their party conference, and subject to letters to the 1922 committee of Tory backbenchers from the likes of the highly respected Andrew Bridgen, you do have to wonder whether Boris's days are numbered. Notwithstanding his many talents, Boris seems to be proving my theory that he's good at winning public votes, twice in Labour-dominated London as mayor, Brexit, of course, and a landslide win in December 2019. So winning he's good at, but he seems to struggle with that pesky bit in between, actually running the country. In the end, I just suspect that this entertaining maverick may lack the skill set, temperament and wise judgment required for the burdens of high office. But I think we're not quite there with Boris. Not just yet. I don't think it's game over. The fat lady has her dress on. She has applied her makeup. She's clearing her throat, but she has not begun to sing. So it's hard to know whether this Prime Minister will change, whether he wants to change or whether he can change. He ended our Brexit hell. He kept Jeremy Corbyn out of number 10. He presided over a world-class vaccine rollout. And his innate liberalism shaped a lighter touch policy on COVID restrictions, starting with an understandable reluctance to lock us down at the start of the pandemic. And hey, he may be proved right on that one over time. He was behind Freedom Day on the 19th of July, and of course the far lighter measures in England than elsewhere in the UK over Christmas. Now this approach, I'm calling it Sweden light, appears to have been vindicated in terms of cases, hospitalisations and sad deaths, particularly by comparison to Wales and Scotland, who had stricter measures. If only the Prime Minister had been able to follow his instincts and take an approach like that throughout the pandemic. Imagine if the Prime Minister had actually been in charge. We can only dream. Now, don't get me wrong, in my view, we've had far too many scientifically debatable restrictions on Boris Johnson's watch, and the non-COVID death toll will be tragically high, as well as the economic and societal damage. But under almost anyone else, things would likely have been even worse. So be careful what you wish for, I say. During this pandemic, imagine if we'd had Prime Minister Corbyn. Just let that one sink in. How about Prime Minister Michael Gove? How about Prime Minister Jeremy Hunt, I should say, Jerry to his friends. How about Prime Minister Matt Hancock? Thanks, but no thanks. Or how about this one? King of the lockdown, the man who said Freedom Day was reckless, Prime Minister Starmer, the man who's had COVID more times than you've had hot dinners. In the end, it will be sad if a stupid soap opera like Partygate is what ultimately brings Boris down. Because I care about the real stuff, the stuff that, in my humble opinion, matters to you, and upon which a Prime Minister should rise or fall. Not drinks parties, but the economy, the pound in your pocket, the cost of living crisis, the NHS, crime, national security and schools. But Partygate demonstrated that the elite, led by Boris Johnson, had total contempt for the rules that they were inflicting upon the rest of us. And it's clear that they weren't afraid of COVID and that they considered the measures by which they did not abide to be total bollocks. So in the end, it could be one party too many for this party-loving Premier. But if he goes, I'm not sure that's a cause for celebration.